The Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. I'm Paul, he's Ronnie, and it's been yet another up and down week as a Dundee United supporter. Like, subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube. Support the pod at buymeacoffee.com/Dode Fox Podcast. Listen at dodefoxpodcast.com. Follow us on social media at Dode Fox Podcast.
Coming up on this week's episode, the week that was, Spartans and Kilmarnock review, good, bad and ugly, Aberdeen and Motherwell preview, loan report, Academy lads, women's team, the Tannadice Test, and on this day with the Arab Archive. It's all coming up on episode 324 of the Dode Fox Podcast.
Hi, I'm Mark Reynolds, and you're listening to the Dode Fox Podcast.
Welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast, with here to moan about more crazy defender at Tannadice, Paul McNichol, and I'm absolutely here for it, Ronnie Costello. It's been a busy week doing Tannadice, given all these games now, Paul.
Yep, barely in my own house, but that's fine. I don't mind going to games at United, so yeah, that will continue into the next couple of weeks as well.
Or to club shops on Friday.
I may have been in the club shop on Friday, yes, and I may have parted with some cash in order to pick up a couple of the home pony tops. I didn't bother with the away one because I've got the original, got the OG in my house, so I didn't bother with that one. What about yourself, Rondo? Do you like them? Do you get them?
I certainly didn't get them, but I did very, very like them. And I seen mate Martin, so Cameron had his away shirt on. Obviously, Mum and Dad were maybe just practicing when that tap was out back in the day. But it looked resplendent on Master Gordon, and turns out he even bought it himself.
Is that right? Nice one.
Must
That'll
be
help Martin's wallet.
It must be the winnings for the darts he's getting. Because, I mean, I don't care if it's been said publicly, but if he hits a 180, his old man's got to give him 180 quid. It's only fair, is it?
It is only fair, yeah. It is only fair. I agree with you.
Yeah, but I did this. I saw it coming. I thought it was only the home. I didn't realise the away was coming out, and I seen Beth and went, "Oh, nice."
Yeah, it was. Well, it's unusual because when they've released these retro kits before, it is usually just one that they release. So, yeah, they're obviously wanting them Burdosh.
Got pitched to Piper.
It obviously worked. So, yeah, I would imagine that they've shifted a fair few of them. 45 quid, reasonably priced, I would say, these days. Probably dearer than it was when it originally came out, but then it was about 30 years ago. So, yeah, it was nice. It was a nice couple of kits that they brought out this week.
Oh, I mean, obviously, from time to time, we put some clips out on social media, and people were going to go at you for wearing a strip as a grown man, but obviously didn't realise we've got a wee segment on it. But yeah, that was a pony kit, obviously, because we spoke about it. What's the season like on this end?
It's kind of a throwback. So I got Leo a medium, and Leo's normally like a large in these days sizes. So yeah, like it's if you were, well, like me, I'm a size down in this kit as well. I got myself a large, and a large fits no bother. But I think I said it to you the other week when I was wearing that old pony kit. I says, Rondo, this is actually a large. Like, I'm normally XL or double XL these days. So yeah, the sizes across the board have just went all a cock in the last 20, 30 years, like, for whatever reason.
So you're no longer a small, muscle-bound Italian man squeezing into an area. You're just a run-of-the-mill pony top wearer.
Correct. Baggy and cool. Ash.
What one word was correct there, if you were aware. Willie Collum has backed both Amar Fatah's red against Hearts and Liam Henderson sending off against us last weekend. Hold on, for MD watching on YouTube, let's just get my shocked face out the way right now, because I'm shocked.
Yeah, no, of course, like they just doubled down on it. And in fairness to Willie Collum, and I don't like saying the words "and" the same sentence together, but in fairness, like, he's not the only person. Even at the time, there was a lot of pundits that come out and said it was the right decision. For me, he never convinced me that's a red card. You just win it. I don't care what the laws of the game are, what the rules are. I didn't see him endangering an opponent. He was a split second away for getting the bar. He's accidentally caught the boy, and I can it doesn't matter about intent and whatever, but it's not really cared for me. I don't care what anybody says. You will never convince me that should be a red card in a game of football. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure he totally contradicts himself as well, for what I remember. This has just dawned on me. I'm just trying to find the clip of it.
I think he tied himself in knots, Rondo. And it's ridiculous as well. Like, obviously, as United fans, we can just look back as far as Parkhead when the boy Araujo, and we've spoke about this at length, when he wipes out Will Ferry. You cannot tell me that Fatars is a worse offence than that one. You cannot. And Willie Collum at that time doubled down and said, well, it's a booking. So he's havering pish again.
So, despite the lack of excessive force or intent, factors that are accepted by Willie Collum, he backed his officials. Fatah's stretching for the ball. I don't think there's any intent from the player at all. But if you enter into a challenge showing your studs and the studs make contact high up on the ankle and the ankle bends, then it's endangering the safety.
Of what? It's a contact sport. These things happen.
And again, you've already the example we will continue to use is Aranjo's face Celtic. Because if you're telling me he's in control of anything there, then he's a much better football player, slidey along the deck guy than I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, it's a nonsense. Like sadly, that's the way that it seems to be going. But once again, I don't know if you saw games at the weekend just past, Rondo, this weekend. Some of the fucking decisions that were made yet again are just utterly bizarre. Even midweek, actually, like who was at Aberdeen were playing? Motherwell. Like, I honestly, I don't know what to say anymore. I just don't know. We're making an absolute null hunt on a match by match basis when it comes to the officials in this country, in my humble opinion.
I mean, don't worry, we'll speak about it during the week for us anyway. That's coming up. But yeah, no shock that Willie's back to his own, as they say. 1,900 tickets have been secured for our forthcoming Scottish Gas Scottish Cup quarter-final fixture away back down the road again to Falkirk. But I've got in my notes here, Paul, you're not going something about you're going to Epstein Island or something. Is that true?
Oh, Rondo, we shouldn't be joking about stuff like that. No, I'll be at a gig in the Hydro that night. Sadly,
has he been on the list? He's on the list, is he? Yeah, but he's funny
absolutely
name.
Not on the list. It's no funnier than Costello. No, he's yeah. You can watch, like, you buy tickets for a gig, you buy them about 9-10 months in advance, not thinking that Sunday's going to ruin your whole weekend by moving your beloved football team's match to a Friday evening, and that's what's happened. So when I bought the tickets, I thought, Friday evening, that's class, I'll get that. I'll get the football at the weekend, speak to Rondo on the Sunday. What could possibly go wrong? How can that weekend be bettered? Well, I kind of now go to Falkirk, so it's a bit shit. But securing the 900 or the 1,900 tickets, I think that has to happen anyway. I think you've got to get a certain percentage for the cup games, but that's class. I think we'll undoubtedly sell all of them. I think we'll have that full stand behind the goal packed, and it should be a cracking atmosphere.
Yeah, it's one of them that you book these tickets and you hear a wee bit of dilemma, do you? You kind of go, oh, what did I do here?
Of course. Of course. And then you remember how much you paid for them.
So I'll just go there. So as long as we get through, you know what I mean?
It's on the TV, like it's live, isn't it? It's on BBC. So my plan for the Falkirk game is to go to my gig, record the game, come home, I'll look at my phone the whole night. Now, it's a concern slightly because Leo has got an empty yet again, like the live show. He's got an empty, so he's going to be here. And there is a bit of me as a parent that thinks I really need to check my phone because something's happened. But I'll try and put something else into place that night so that I just avoid my phone, come back, watch the game at midnight, no caring anything about it. And then hopefully at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm dancing about my house, celebrating being in the semi-final.
I wonder what you text me about, something about Private Eyes or something, but I thought you meant a magazine, didn't I?
That's all right. Maybe he was. Who knows? I don't care. As long as he doesn't tell me the score, he can do what he fucking wants within reason.
Clap it. Leo going round the scale in the morning. Hey, check this it. Hey, come to
Do what I
mine.
want.
And I'll definitely be doing what I want. But yeah, 1,900 tickets, which is, I don't think it's been announced whether on sale or anything yet, but there's 1,900 for that quarter-final fixture. A game fae Hampden, but that'll be a preview for next week. Because it comes in pretty quickly, as we remember. Obviously, the game was a bit later and getting played, obviously, for midweek, but it was a midweek date in the hope of getting that quarter-final against Falkirk on the back of last weekend's good win. You know, doing it Falkirk, obviously a difficult place. You're going in against the League 2 league leaders. Ultimately, we shouldn't be bothered too much, but you've got to beat what's in front of you. As we know, one-off games that can go any way. Form kind of goes at the windy, as we saw midweek. Obviously, we Martin Molesters beating the Anomal AFC during the week. You didn't care what could happen in a cup game, but Spartans were at Tannadice in midweek. Hope, expectation, excitement, hoping the pitch wasn't like a mud bath by the end.
I can't say I was overly excited about it, Rondo, but I was definitely expecting that we were going to just steamroller them. That was my expectation. I thought that we would win it handsomely, and it would be a relatively comfortable night's work. That was my expectation, and that's what I thought was going to happen. 12 minutes in, I was then flapping a wee bit. Because obviously that decision would be as well just jumping straight to it. I couldn't believe it at the time. At the time, now I've said this before, I do wear tangerine tinted specs when I'm at Tannadice. I was shouting, it's not even a foul, ref. It's not even a foul. Having watched it back, he probably does obstruct him. I can't say he doesn't. But a straight red card, Rondo. A straight red card. Again, no for me. But I honestly, the last couple of years when there was in games, penalties were being given, and I think me and you were like, I don't even care what a penalty is these days. And it's got to the stage now where that's probably still pretty much my thoughts on it a lot of the time. But now, I don't care what's denying a goal scoring opportunity, what is now. It's just, I don't know, it's just madness. It's just madness. In the spirit of the game, that is never a red card. Never a red card. And the way that the BBC cropped that actual image, that passage of play, you didn't even see that Ross Graham was covering. You didn't see it, so obviously it looks like he is the last man. But yeah, when that happened, I didn't fear the worst, but I thought this is going to be far from an easy game tonight. Then they are going to be right up for it. They've got nothing to lose. They're going to have an extra man now for the rest of the game, and I was wondering what we were going to get after that. I really was.
Yeah, I mean, again, it happens that early. I think for a lot of people, it was kind of seen there's 5 changes in the team. Could it be a slightly different lineup? You're trying to address all these things, and like I say, the game's not that old, but we've started it relatively well. And then they get the break. It's a really poor pass for Max Waters. Okay, Mike's passing it to. But ultimately, the boy's still got 60, 70 yards here, so I'm not overly worried. And I think his actual touch is taking him away. It's taking him doing the outside. Yovo comes across, goes in front of him. At first, I thought, no danger, whatever. And then obviously the red cards and shoot. I've changed my mind slightly. I think it's probably a foul. Maybe a yellow card, but it's definitely not red. I mean, again, like you say, with the crop, Ross Graham's effectively standing on our 18-yard box in the middle of the goal. So I just can't see how it's a.
You're saying the boy's touch takes him away. I think the boy purposely puts the ball there because he probably kens that he's going to come into contact with Yovu. Yeah, he probably knows that, and that's why he's put the ball past, because he knows that he's probably not going to get past him. But the refs absolutely bought it. And I say the refs bought it, we've not even appealed it. And I'm not even surprised at that, because it probably wouldn't have got overturned. It's just, I just didn't know. To me, it's never a red card. Never a red card. And I don't know if fans from other teams would look at that and be of the same opinion, or if they just hunker down the right, fuck United, that's a definite red card. They should be jailed. I don't know. But for me, that that offence has never been a red card, never should be a red card. And on the night, unfortunately for us, it was. Like, it was madness. But at least we got 4 at the back out of it. So, like, it wasn't the worst thing to happen.
It's also no. Let's say, I think when you look at it, it's no Yofo's fault the boy's about 5'3". Ken, it's not a great height, so it can look a bit nasty there. But also, I would say, and again, seeing it back at the various angles, I think the referee's in a good position at all.
They ever.
Well,
and even when they are, they tend not to see it. It's just nonsense, Rondo. Like, I'm shaking my head. I'm so. Obviously, by the end of this episode, you'll ken that I'm really frustrated with United. But just when it comes to the officiating in this country just now, it's so frustrating. Like, I don't think there's fans of any club in the country that could be like that. No, like, I think the officials are doing a good job. They really aren't. They really aren't. The consistency we all ask for. We're kind of getting that, but they're getting it fucking wrong consistently. It's just madness to me, and it's ruining games on a weekly basis.
Yeah, United obviously went to a 4-2-3 to combat it. I thought we were doing all right. Spartans had a wee bit more of the bad just as we adjusted to what it was, but ultimately we got the breakthrough in the half hour. Will Ferry corner, Ross Graham rose highest, and we were 1-0 up.
Yeah, I thought we were the better team when we went down to 10-man rondo. Like, there was certain. In fact, the majority of that you wouldn't have known that we were a man down. I didn't think. I thought we still controlled the game. We looked tight at the back, and yeah, I just thought that we were the better team. And I suppose, like, people will say, but we should be the better team. Like, we're in the top league, and they're in the. I get that, and I would probably be of that opinion as well. But the fact that there was a man less, like, that could have easily went pear-shaped for us, but it didn't. And as you say, we deservedly took the lead, and it was a well worked goal. But, like, I think after the match, I heard the Spartans manager saying, I keep hearing this term, dark arts. He was like, the dark arts for the teams in the top league, and there was somebody blocked off somebody, and that allowed Graham. I've watched it back, Rondo. I didn't see anybody blocking anybody off. Like, it's a corner into the front post. They should probably defend it better. The dinner, Ross Graham gets up ahead of everybody else, and he nods it in, and it's 1-0, and it's deservedly 1-0 to United.
How is it a dark art? Surely it's just a tactic to block people.
Of course.
Well, we said it. Mind,
of course.
Was it Falkirk or Hibs? It was last week you were saying that their dark arts were to push somebody into somebody else, and it didn't work.
Well, so last week it was Spencer that was standing in front of Ross Graham. It was when we scored our goal, and he falls, and Henderson behind Graham, he kind of nudges Graham so that he flies over Spencer. Like, you can't tell me that's not planned. Like, I'm convinced that they work on that nonsense in training. But yeah, like, it was. I didn't see what their manager saw. I just saw a team that deserved to be a goal up. Going a goal up.
After the goal, Craig Sibbald had a chance. Spartans had a good header just past the post. But ultimately, we went in at half time. Pretty
comfortable.
Comfy.
Yeah, comfortable. Yeah. I know it was only 1-0, and we all know that that's far from an unassailable lead. But it was relatively comfortable considering we were down to 10 men. There was a bit of me that was thinking we might tire towards the end of the game just because we're a man light here. But I also thought that they would tire because I don't claim to know anything about the Spartans, but I'm assuming they're a part-time team. And I'm assuming that some boys, at least, in these teams that are part-time teams, a lot of them have got full-time players on loan and for the bigger teams and the younger guys. And I get that. But a lot of the boys, I'm assuming, will have been working that day. So I thought we might tire, but I also thought they might tire in the game. So it should, and in my mind, I was thinking this should cancel itself out. We're a goal to the good. If we can get another in, it should be a case of job done.
Yeah. Thing is, as well, I mean, no, we scored 10 minutes into the second half, but I thought the first sort of 5-6 minutes, they were really up for it at the start of the second half.
Yeah, well, they had to be. Like, they've got nothing to lose. Like, as it stood, they were a man up, but they were a goal down, and there was only 45 minutes left. So they've got to go and throw the kitchen sink at it, which is what they try to do. But, like, I thought that we stood relatively strong in the face of that.
And did we talk about the goal or the pass? Because the pass is money. Like,
yeah, the pass was sublime, wasn't it? It was just absolutely perfect on an absolute tatty field of a pitch, but it was perfectly weighted. The surprising thing for me at the time was Waters leaving it. Because that's unusual, a centre forward leaving it. And then when he did that, I thought maybe he was offside. I'm not sure if he was offside, to be honest with you, but maybe Fatah shouted like it's mine and just deferred to him in the moment. But ultimately, it led to a goal. So it was a great bar and a very good finish for Amar.
Yeah, it was going to be interesting how the pitch played, obviously, because of kind of how drying that is. But it was quite doing beside the dugouts. There's no grass, there's just no grass, and I think Amar Fatah realised quite early, I'm just going to start flicking this our boys' heads.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah,
Like you're saying, Dolchik, a great bar outside his left on that pitch, but perfectly weighted.
Perfectly weighted.
And a great finish, and we're 2-0 up. And like you say, I think for the majority, I mean, that's 55 minutes in. Take away the second half, 40 minutes. We're probably a better team for 35 of them.
%. In my opinion, certainly. I thought we were the better team. As we should have been, albeit you're a man down, so it's a wee bit more trickier than it was planned to be on the night. But yeah, honestly, up until about 75 minutes, Rondo, I thought we were by far the better team. We were relatively comfortable all night up until, I'm not sure when they scored, but I felt like towards the end of the game, we started sitting a wee bit deeper, inviting them on. And when we do that, certainly, I don't like ever seeing United do that. But when we do it this season, like, we are setting ourselves up for bad things to happen. And as I say, I can't mind when they scored their goal, but after that, it wasn't really panic stations, but there was doubts in the back of my mind thinking, right, okay, Christ almighty, they're just going to throw everything and more now at us. And we didn't seem to be capable of just getting up the park. So it was a wee bit of worrying. So remind me when they scored their goal anyway.
Well, in the lead up to it, the boy James Cragen had a shot that Maynard Brewer had a good save. Kamara's then had a chance that he's put past the post. And then they score 12 minutes to go, 78 minutes. I didn't actually realise it took a deflection at the time. It was when I seen the replay, but I thought, that's some ping for the boy. But then you see the deflection, and it's one in a million.
There's nothing the keeper. I think there's nothing the keeper could do there. Like, it was a wicked deflection, Rondo, as they all are. But it got them back in the game, and it gave them something to really fight for. And in fairness to them, they did. Like, they left it all out there. But as a United fan watching on, like, it was hard work that last 10 minutes. It really was.
Yeah, and I like you say, fully regardless of what team you are, who you are, how many players you've got in the pitch, like, when if you're 2-1 down in a cup game, the kitchen sink is being thrown. And when you get that goal with 12 minutes to go,
lose.
Nope.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Not lose. So that's why they went for it, and rightly so.
But I think at the same time, though, when you think about like the many chances we had, because we were able to get on the break, and we had umpteen chances that I don't think any of them even troubled the goalie. But on one hand, I'm delighted to have been in the situations to hear the chances and tatting shots. Same yesterday when Craig Sybil shot from outside the box. I thought, this is wonderful. We should tell Abdi to do this, Ken. Like Kamara, Spartans, Sapsford. There was loads of chances, but you just thought, and some of them would have been before they scored, and some would have been after. But like you're saying, for the last 10 minutes,
I forgot about the subbies. Obviously, Sapsford and Sturton coming on. I don't know. Like, I'll speak about Sturton first. I don't know if his confidence is absolutely shot, or if it was a case of he was just getting mixed signals for the bench, because I seen Goodwin shouting over him a few times, and he was pressing, and then it was almost like Goodwin was saying, like, don't press, sit a wee bit deeper. And he just didn't know what to do. And the one thing that I've always maintained about Sturton that I really, really like about him is that he just fucking takes a shot. Like, he's very selfish in these moments. And there was one instance on Tuesday night where he's got the ball, and you're like, just fucking shoot. And he just didn't. And that can only be a confidence thing, Rondo. It can only be.
I think, is that the bit when he can't go to his feet? No, I didn't get that's because of the surface or whatever.
He got a few touches on the ball, though. Like, there was opportunities to get the shot away. He just never did. Like, people have said he looked knackered when he come on. I didn't think that, but I just thought there was mixed signals coming on, like he wasn't sure whether he had to close him down or just sit a wee bit deeper. And ultimately, it led to like a poor performance on the night for him. And Sapsford as well. Like, he looked indecisive when he had the ball in certain moments. It just, I think there was one where we were breaking away. It was essentially one-on-one with him, and he just slowed it down and he waited on. Like, what, you fucking go and kill the game off? Like, the game could have been killed off, even though we only had 10 men and we started kind of struggling a wee bit towards the end. We should have had that game killed off way before, but for whatever reason, we didn't.
I didn't mention it at the start, but I knew it was going to come up. See, as soon as the referee booked Fatah after 5 minutes, I knew it was going to be one of the nights. I just knew it.
It's no booking. It's no booking.
See, I'll give you a yellow card, right? I would give that. See, the only other in it, I'll go for them and because it's the cup, because you've no VAR, right? I know you've got a referee the game and whatever, but see how the mat. I think the boy Tappan's a booking because he's late, and I think Sybil's a booking because he's daft for kicking the ball away. The rest, nah, just nah, nonsense.
I agree with you, and that's for the Falkirk game.
Yes, yeah, he's
2 bookings. I can't remember the one against.
And Yovo's out now, obviously.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
And this is the surface you want a man Fatah to play on.
Of course.
And obviously Sybil and but we'll speak to it a bit later on. But yeah, I just thought it was into them. As soon as the yellow cards started to come out, it was like, Jesus Christ. And then
it was
obviously
4 minutes or so. I think it was the first foul in the game.
5 minutes, yeah.
First foul in the game.
Fatah scores 55 minutes. We make the 3 subs. And I think in these games, you're 2-0 up against a League 2 team and whatever. Again, I think you've got to respect your opponent, but you've also got to put opponents to bed. We're 2-0 up, fine. And I said it at the time, up the stair to the boys next to us, Ken, this is a chance for Sarpsford to really kick on because he's been injured. Starting, Ken, there's 35 minutes to go and do something. Through you, it's another game. You're thinking, go and do it. I don't think any of the 3 of them made. Well, obviously, again, we've had the hindsight of the game yesterday, but even as it was getting on, even when it was 2-1, I was like, yeah, the will be in the manager's thoughts for
no impact, no positive impact.
And I look at the changes in the team, right? Luca getting a bit of a rest because he has been through the worst, but he still had to come on, He still had to come on. He came on, obviously Big Sam came on, he got booked. Ken for what? And just nonsense, but it was a good old-fashioned cup test, some will say. But to play with 10 men, I mean, it's 4 minutes injury time in the first half, 4 minutes in the second half, played with 10 men for about 86 minutes,
Yeah, and over the piece, I still maintain I thought we were the better team. And people will say, but we should be. I agree that we should be, but you can't take away the fact that we did have a man less for the majority of that game, and we still, I think, fully merited the win. It was just near the end that it was a wee bit panic stations at times, but that's cup football, I suppose.
And then you had, I think it was, Kamara just started tatting the ball for a whack a lot of the time. But here, Owen Sturton obviously has a chance, but then Sartsford, massive chance. Now, I don't know if you should square it for Kamara, if I'm a striker, but we've got to score.
We've got to do better. That
was an injury time.
Yeah. But I don't know what it is with Sartsford just now. He's been off it. He's been off it for a while. I don't think we've got a striker in for him, to be honest with you. But no, on Tuesday night, certainly the chances that we created, the game should have been out of sight, but it wasn't. And then we end up having to hunker down right at the back and just see out the win, which ultimately we did. So it's the cup. And really the only thing that matters in the cup is getting through the next round. It doesn't really matter how you do it. So it was a case of job done on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't easy. It wasn't a comfy at times. But like we're saying, you're playing with 10 men for that long and you get through. Because ultimately, like you say at the end of it, as long as you get through.
Correct. That's really all that matters. That's all that matters.
Man of the match. I can't remember done a really award in the league, but what was your standout on Tuesday?
Yeah, I thought it was Kamara. I think Kamara was the best player on the park on Tuesday night, certainly, yeah.
And obviously it was another game that went by without seeing our new man. I thought, if any, again for him to come in, I can't really then see him starting on Saturday. So I didn't pick a team.
What do you can?
So, I don't know if this is the official line, but we have agreed, me and the Scott and Dave for DUTV, it's Agee, that's how we pronounce his surname.
Okay.
And we think it might be Manny. He might be a Manny Agee, because that's certainly what Jim Goodwin was shouting at day yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, we'll just call him Manny then.
That's exactly what we're going to call him. But he was in for a start for yesterday. We a 3-5-2 formation as well.
It was, yeah. So that messaged you when I saw the team, didn't it? And I was like, Rondo, my mind's saying I can see a 4 at the back out of that lineup, but you were like, no, it'll be the 3-5-2, and right enough, I could see that as well. But I think I was just maybe more hoping. But no, it was the 3-5-2 yet again.
It's in, well, I mean, you say yet again. I
know it's been 3-4-3, but like it was.
There was a lot when that team comes out. Obviously, you are a wee bit like. I was actually doing the stair. I was actually in the Yes Sports Lounge at the time, or whatever it's called, when it came out, and I was sort of looking. You're quickly looking, going, I'm not really sure there, but I like Luca in midfield, but I think he's probably our best right wing back, so I wasn't against that. And I looked at that midfield and went, Manny's in there. Interesting to see what he does. Sibs is 7 out of 10 every week. And if Pan stops pretending to give boys a header and the shite himself, and he just does what he done on Tuesday, we're all right there. And I like that. But this is what prompts discussions in the stands and whatever. It's like, I mean, what else are we doing? Because we can't play 3 up front with this, so it must be 3 at the back. And I wonder if Vichko's been in there because we maybe didn't need 3 big boys, because they had no big boys playing because they're that injured. I believe the boy John Jules is out for the season, which is a big blow to them because he's been really good for them since he come in October.
He has been, yeah.
So I was thinking, right, okay, and then he could maybe come in and tap the bar, and that's kind of what happened. But I was saying, like, well, hold on, are we playing 2 up front? Like, we're literally playing Fatah, or could Fatah go any place he liked, and he kind of got a wee bit of free rein, I think, to go wherever he liked. But on paper, I didn't mind that. But you are after this back 3 going in the bin, are you?
100%, yeah. 100%, because it hasn't worked all season. Like, it's no a bandwagon that I'm jumping on. Like, it's no, and I say this to people. I was speaking to my buddy Martin at half time. I prefer a back 4, but see if we play a back 3 and it works, Rondo, then that's fine. Like, I don't really care. The reason I'm wanting him to change it is because we've been playing this way the whole season, and we've got the 3rd worst defence on paper in the whole league. Only worst teams are Livingston and Killie. They're below us. So I think that we need to change it. But again, it's not going to change. It's not going to change now, I would say. So yeah, 3-5-2 it was yesterday.
And obviously the big call to put the new man in for the start.
I was looking forward to. You say it. We were both looking forward to seeing him, Rondo. I think majority of people were.
And I tell you what, he's got a lot bigger stature than I thought he did.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's rangy.
I think he had Eskison's tap on right enough, but
that's all right.
Correct. But he's
no, he looked good. He looked good on first impression.
But so it was going to be an interesting to go. Obviously, the bogey team were turning up, and that pitch needed right on kick-off was the pishing rain.
But there's not much sand on it though these days. I didn't think there was any pools of water or anything. It was never in danger of that. But yeah, it's just the pitch is what it is now. Like we could speak about it every week if we wanted to, but it's pointless because that yesterday was the best that pitch is going to look for the rest of the season. That's it. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse every game that's played on it. That's just the way it is. And it's the same for both teams. And Killie fans, I've seen some of them online giving it, well, your pitch is better. Your pitch is the worst in the league, lads. And that's saying something, consider we're playing on a tatty patch just now. But yeah, the pitch wasn't great, but it is what it is.
Given their pitch knocked the boy for Aberdeen out, he's with concussion. He's done. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't happen on grass, lads. Doesn't happen on the grass.
No.
I thought we started relatively well. I think I was obviously keen to see what Manny could do, and then he couldn't find a pass to start with, and I thought, oh, he might get a bit of a... And then he got robbed a wee bit in possession. I thought, oh no, but I think he settled in once he found his feet a wee bit in amongst the mud and trying to find a patch of grass to maybe get the ball in. But
I think also it's the pace of the game. Like you see that with a lot of players. Like none that stick in my mind more than Adebayoga. Like he must have thought, Scottish football, piece of piss. Like Aberdeen doing in England slates this nonsense. I'll just go up there. I'll be Mr. Cool, calm and laid back. Oh man, you win it. Like that's no happening. But he quickly learned. And as you say, like the first couple of interactions that Mane had yesterday, like I thought, oh, he's going to hit up the pace a wee bit here, and he did. He adjusted to in game. So yeah, I did. Similar to you, like the first half in general, I thought was a fairly stinking game. Like, but I thought out of the two teams, I thought we were the better team of that first half, and there was numerous chances that we had clearly.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the kind of way these like the timeline of how things happen, but let's touch on Craig Sibbald going off injured. Jim Goodwin says it doesn't look great, given we've got 4 games in 10 days coming up as well.
Yeah.
And
that's a massive blow. Maybe the fact that we've got Mane that's just came in, he could probably play that role, I would imagine. So it's not a blessing in disguise, because you never want Sibbald to be injured, but we should be all right, I'm thinking. I'm hoping.
Well, you've got Vichko and look at go in midfield as well, depending on how he lines up.
Of course. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Like, I would assume that he's going to miss all these games, because as soon as he done it, he grabbed his hamstring. He then got up and thought, nah, I'm going to sit this in doing again. And yeah, it was a major blow. But I think before that, I think Kamara, we'd been on the attack. Kamara had played a wee bit of good football. I think, is it Stevenson that crosses the ball to him?
It's a bar.
And then he smashes it off the bar. Yeah, that was a great chance. It was I wouldn't say it was like a gilt-edged chance, because he's kind of stretching to it. It's on his left foot as well. But yeah, it was real close.
Yeah, like I say, I wasn't 100% sure of where it was in the timeline, but yeah, Kamara had the chance, and then Will Ferry cutting on that brilliantly strong right foot of his, and thought, I might as well holding my ground here and getting chopped down. Penalty.
Yeah, and the boy stood on his foot. And
is that what it was?
Penalty,
I never saw at the time. I thought it was always a penalty. I just didn't think he's going down in that position, even though it's on his right peg, Ken. But it was a penalty, and they didn't spend long looking at it, put it that way.
No, like you seen it straight away. Like obviously the boy was pleading innocence. Like they all do. Like it's rare when a player's. You do see it now and again. A player's head in his hands, like, what have I done? But nah, it was a penalty. You seen it straight away. The boy, he had his arm on him as well, but that wasn't enough to knock you down. But he's definitely stood on his foot.
Don't know if you'll see it on the clip, but the up the stairs in the gantry, the screen focused on, obviously on John Beaton at the time, but you see Brad Lyons, who gave the foul. I was just like, no, I was just obviously telling him, man, my hands were up here. But what about when you chopped him? Like,
but you stood on his foot, mate. Okay, nothing to do with your hands.
Yeah, so
your arsehole.
There was obviously a wee bit. I mean, VAR looked at it for probably about a minute, maybe 90 seconds, but it was weird. No one actually come up, so we were a bit like, I hope the writing doesn't come up here, because then he might go to the screen here, and we've seen what's happening. It was beaten at Pataudry or Fur Park. I can't remember what the game was during the week.
But
it was him. Yeah, and you thought, no, and I think that I was thinking again. This it's still getting back to referees. I hate coming back to this. But of all the referees, I thought like John Beaton, an experienced referee, would be in that might go at the monitor and go, okay, what? I stick by my decisions. But then when I see things during the week, that's how in my mind I'm going, if he goes to the monitor, that's not a penalty. And I was convinced it was a penalty at the time, and I'm miles off it, obviously.
No, I wasn't overly concerned, even though it was taking a wee bit longer than I thought it would, because I seen him stand on his foot. So I was like, well, that's never getting overdone.
And then obviously dark arts, the people round about penalty spots and goalies.
Robbie Dees, Robbie Dees.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
He went out of the penalty spot. He scuffed it. Lucas Stevenson was standing there holding the ball, and you kind of knew, or certainly I knew, that Fatah was going to be taking it, because Stevenson went and said something to him and pushed him out of the way, and he took the ball and he was standing on the spot, and then that arsehole Dees come out and he's scuffing up the spot, and then the ref, for some reason, ran over to the spot. And I'm not sure if he was saying, right, can get the ball on the deck or no. But all that did was make everybody go around the ref. And there was a few of them trying to scuff up the... Like, ref, you've caused this here. Like, they're getting away with these shenanigans because of you and your ineptitude. You should have just stayed over there and brought them to you. But what you've done is you've created a situation where that arsehole has already been scuffing up the spot. And you've not done nothing about it. You've just let him walk away with this. And in that moment, I would have preferred more United players to get in amongst it, but it was just like Stevenson seemed to be on his end, just defending the honour of the badge in the penalty spot. I would have liked a few United players to maybe scramble a few of them. We throwing haymakers, obviously, but if need be, crack on.
Boy, these does me that time.
Walking booking. He's a walking booking.
Aye, I didn't get used to it right enough. But, penalty.
Yeah. It's anything you miss a penalty, Rondo. It's disappointing. But like, as soon as it happens,
penalty or a good save?
I'm of the opinion if you miss it, it's not a good penalty. But in fairness to the keeper, he's got down, he's saved it. So from his point of view, he'll be thinking it's a great save. But like that, when it happened, I was like, that's the second penalty we've missed against these pricks this year. And then Aidan, that was sitting beside me, he's like, no, we missed 3. I was like, saps for right enough. So honestly, bogey team. There's no doubt about it. Like, so this team have got a hex over us when it comes to penalties, but it's, yeah, it was. Of course, it was disappointing because if we would have got that goal in front, goals change games, don't they? You didn't know how the game would have panned out, played out. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened? But like when we weren't, we didn't look like scoring that many goals. So to be missing a penalty, like it's a gilt-edged opportunity to get on the score sheet, and then when you miss it, yeah, it was a blow. It was a massive blow.
3 different takers have missed against 3 different goalies.
Yeah, that'll be a question for a quiz somewhere down the line, will it?
Maybe on a Tannadice Test by the time the season's out.
Maybe. I'll still get it wrong.
Well, I've given the instruction to stitch you up the date.
No, well, Stevie Lee, he's got a lot to answer. When I see him, he's getting it. But
yeah, so penalty obviously really disappointing to miss it. Fishgood and Luca were sort of in amongst a couple of half chances, I suppose, if you like.
Yeah, the one with Luca, he had it and it just wouldn't sit for him in the middle of the box, and it turned into a bit of a scramble. The ball got cleared, but it just, at the time when the ball's rolling right in front of him, you're like, just hit it, and it just, for whatever reason, it just wouldn't sit for him, and ultimately none came of it. But again, that was another half decent chance that we were able to manufacture.
Did we go in at half time the better team, and what was that brilliant game of football, given conditions, pitch, players,
Probably, yeah. Slightly the better team, but I didn't think it was a good game of football. I really didn't. It wasn't neither team was particularly great, but I thought that on chances alone that we looked like the more likely to score. But that wasn't saying much. Like it was a game that might have got football stopped for about 35 of the 45 minutes.
What was chit-chat like at half-time?
Just that the game was shite, basically. And you could imagine who it was that said that to me.
I can imagine that. Can imagine.
Yeah, it just was. I didn't think it was a particularly great watch or anything, Rondo. It was, I felt like we should have been at least 1-0 up because of the penalty, but Kamara hitting the bar, Stevenson being a bit unlucky with his chance. Yeah, it was just what could have been, I suppose, by that point.
Did you hear any? I know this would have been second half because we lost the toss. I can't mind when it was, but there was a long bar that went for their goalie, and the boy was running behind Yovo, and I thought, no again, and he just ushered it out as it was.
Yeah, that was the second half. Yeah, excuse me, that was the boy Hugel or Hugel or whatever the boy's name is. Yeah. Hugel, that was him that done that. That wasn't it. I wasn't flapping in that moment. No. He wasn't close enough to get fouled.
But you've talked to Yovo, Killie appealing for a penalty
in the second half. Well, yeah, like I would have been screaming for it as well. Like the ball definitely hits his hand, but I don't think that you could have gave a penalty for that. And I think it might even hit his hand twice. It's
Well,
just the way that
he's got his hand down because he's doing like again. You can't fart with you put your hands down.
But the bar kind of bounces, and I think his other hand's up, and it hits his arm as well, and you're like, oh Christ! And then it's the boy Curtis that comes in, and Yovu, Christ! In the moment, I was thinking this is reckless that you are swinging your leg in it. I think he gets the ball.
He does.
And he
100%.
Yeah, I think he gets the ball. So, but I could see why they were screaming for it, Rondo. And Neil McCann's convinced, by the way, it's a penalty. Convinced.
Well, Killie TV were convinced there, and he's sort of turned around to one of them on us.
You scream for it though, don't you?
I'm wagging the finger. I'm like, no, hoping it doesn't go. But I didn't think so at the time. I thought there was.
But when they checked it, or when they must have, I can't remember if you said it or no, but
no.
Yeah, but for the few seconds, I was thinking, I'm not sure about this. And like, I think he got the bar, but like, if this is given, probably.
The only check they done was for the red card at the end. That was the only check they went. Well, they always check them, but that was the only one that went to get announced. Was the check at the end for the red card. So, which was. A wee bit of that. Well, we'll definitely get to that. Obviously, a lot of the action was up the other end, so you'll not have had a great view till you watched it back. But I didn't realise till I watched it back. Like, it was off the line, twice?
In the same move.
Unbelievable. It was crazy.
So the one off the line was Vichko. Like, and it seems to, I'm not sure what it's come off of, but it's obviously hit him, or he's just got enough on it. And then the boys hoofed it off the line, but they didn't really clear the bar, and it comes back in, and Vichko again smashes it, and it's blocked. And then you've got Stevenson hitting 25-yarder. It's on target. It's going hand to the net, and it's another good save for the keeper. And yeah, at that point, you were just thinking it's going to be one of these days like this. This got nothing's up, wrote it. Nobody's going to score, because if anybody's looking like scoring, it's going to be us. But we didn't seem to have that killer edge the day for whatever reason. And then Amar Fatah thinks, like, had my beer. I'll show you a killer edge.
I certainly think we are a bit of a penchant to make sure we were lobbing balls into the box, and we're getting loads of joy for it. And as Will Ferry lined up the free kick, I thought, it's going back post. Ross Graham will try and put it across the goal. And fair play, he zings a bar, or tries to zing a bar with a tatty field, 25, 30 yards, and Fatah and him. Day. I'm thinking he's got the beat of the boy, but Ken, he's going to go down the left, he's going to smash it across the goal, somebody might bundle it in, they could put it with their cock for all I care, and we might get a goal. Oh no, onto his right peg. I can't what, I'll just stick it in the top bin for here.
Yeah, unbelievable goal. Great technique, great skill, great finish. Probably United's goal of the season. I can't think of a better goal that we've scored. But in that moment, it was just class. And I also think if anybody on the park was capable of doing that, certainly from United's point of view, it was only going to be him. He just looked dangerous most of the afternoon, that 12 yards out when unopposed. But that's football for you though, isn't it? Like, you get a boy that misses a penalty, and then he goes and does something like that 20, 30 minutes later or something, and it just leaves you scratching your head. But I was awfully happy when it hit the back of the net, Rondo. It really was, and it was an absolute peach.
Yeah, it was. It was a great finish, and it's the only boy in the park who can do it.
I would agree. Yep.
And then up the other end, a great save for Ashley Maynard Brewer, but should the boys score?
Yeah, so if we go back a couple of minutes before that, like, it felt like the last, when did we score? 72 or
74?
It was 70 odd. 74 minutes we score in. So just after that, we were still playing the way that we had been playing, I think. We were kind of on the front foot, looking to get another in if we could. And something happened in between 80 85 minutes where I think collectively as a team, we just sat back. And there was a couple of occasions where the boy Watson's picked up the ball in his own half, and he's been able to run about 50 yards. 50 yards, Rondo. And I could see it from my end seat. You probably got a great view. We've all seen it watching it back. Everybody just backs off. Everybody just backs off and retreats to the edge of the box. As soon as that started happening, we never got out of doing that the rest of the game. We just didn't get out of doing that. We completely, and I know that they threw loads of boys on forward-thinking players.
Again,
I get that, but
fighting for your life, they're going to do it. It's going to happen.
Of course. You've got to expect it, but we didn't help ourselves. But the boy's header, to go back to your point, I think it was from a corner.
Aye, boy Brown.
It's a free header. Should he score? He probably should score, in my opinion. If that's a United player, I'm thinking, what a gilt-edged opportunity you've just missed there. But in fairness to the keeper, good save. But that should have been the biggest warning. That was their first shot on target. And I know Anderson had one just before that he's kind of pulled just wide of the
Did he run
target,
through the keeper? Or did he keep... Because I think the keeper's better if that's inside the post.
He is, yeah. I don't know if the keeper maybe slips or he trips or a tatty or something. I'm not sure, but you're right. If that's on target, like he's not getting that.
Yeah.
That it was a poor attempt at a dive, but I'd hate to see it back to see what his feet actually did. Then I can't if he slipped or no. But that was their first shot on target in about 88th, 89th minute or whenever that was.
It was late.
It was really late. But again, it didn't seem to shake us. It didn't seem to shake us. We just, I didn't understand why we think it's a good idea to defend on the edge of our box when we have proven time and time again this season that we can't do it. We're no good at it. Like, I would also argue yesterday, for the majority of that game, we defended pretty well. But see, in these key moments, we're absolutely shit in the bed. Now, why is that? It makes no sense.
It's late as well. Easter Road, prime example. It felt like Easter Road.
Hearts at home earlier in the season. That was a late goal as well. Honestly, I don't understand.
That was the corner.
That was a corner. That was a corner.
But this is open play. And again, any deeper, we're in the fucking allotments. And there's so much wrong with what's going on. And there can't be an instruction. It just can't be.
No, like, I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. But I also... On you go, Rondo.
To tell you, and I'm certainly no pointing the finger at Amar Fatah here, but it's purely how at the time, he's effectively a left back at this point. He's not like that again. Is it tiredness? Is it just because we're retreating? Is it because nobody wants to go and stand? Let's say I'm not saying it's Amar Fatah's fault, but just he's effectively in there and then is inside. Could Manny do more to block the cross? Probably. Does Ross Graham need to do more in the middle of the box? Absolutely. Like Marley Watkins, who's a complete arsehole and a pain in
loves the goal against United.
Arses and tucking keepers out. Just saunters in, unopposed, and has effectively got a free shot at it, but we have got to do better. Ross Graham's just got to wipe him out. Just wipe him out. Like, go and put your head in where it hurts. I don't think the keeper should be coming for it. Somebody said that to me yesterday. I thought, nah, it's no keeper's bar. That's a centre-half's bar. Adelan.
Yeah, that's not the keeper for me. And in fairness, it's a great header, but it's a free header. I think we should have managed the game better. I would have liked to have seen some subbies, and you might say, but then who would you take off? Just fucking break the game up. Just break the game up. I thought that Mane was tiring. Now he then finds himself out wide, where you would probably expect Will Ferry maybe to be or like another midfielder or whatever, but he doesn't get close enough to the boy to stop the cross, which is nothing new, because as United fans, and we'll keep harking back to last season, like we weren't stopping crosses, but to a point it was all right, because we didn't really lose many headers. Like we had boys that would put their body on the line and make sure, well, that's all right, okay, we'll allow these crosses to come in because we are confident that we are going to win this bat as soon as it comes into our box. This season, and the players can take it as a criticism if they want, because it kind of is. I don't think anybody's confident. Like, we're still kind of defending similarly in that we are not stopping the crosses, but I'm just not confident that we're ever going to win meaningful headers in that box. And I say that as somebody that thinks that in general yesterday we defended okay for the majority of that game. But in that key moment, the last 5-6 minutes of that game, when we are trying to defend in our own box, we've got to do better. Ross Graham's he's got to get to that ball. He can't be on his heels. He's got to be on his toes. Marley Watkins kind of just... He doesn't even sprint into the box. He just knows he's on into the box and he gets a free header.
Especially when Marley Watkins has got I've run onto that. He's always going to have he's always going to have the advantage of it. And I think though, for 90 minutes, again, even with Baz in the bottom, I kind of apart from that corner, so maybe right before that, I thought Yeovil and Graham won their fair share of headers and done what they had today. There was a couple, I think Vichko sticks in and the boys got it for about 25 yards and goes to a shot. I get, but in general, I thought it was okay. But why you were getting so deep? Why you were getting deeper and deeper and deeper? It's just nonsense.
In general, there's no cutting it though, Rondo. Like if the game lasted 87 minutes yesterday, you could say, well, we played incredibly well. We defended absolutely fantastic. But the game doesn't last 87 minutes. Like we gave them that header that the boys should have scored with, that Maynard Brewer saved for the corner, and then just then I can't know if it was a minute or 2 minutes later, we've allowed Marley Watkins to run unopposed into the box, a boy to get an easy cross in, and he gets a free header, and all your good work is undone. Everybody is pissed off. Everybody takes that. And I know it's not a defeat, but you can't tell me it didn't feel like a defeat when the ref blew the final whistle about 2 minutes later. I was absolutely fucking seething. It was yet again another... We're not a team that you're like, oh, that's a good point. Like, we got a good point today because we're the team scoring the last minute goal. No, we're the team fucking chucking it away in the last minute. Is it 20 points now that we've thrown away? And I think somebody said 13 of the points that we've thrown away, and I do say thrown away on purpose, it's come after the 85th minute. That's a pattern, and that's not a good pattern. That needs to get fucking coached out of them.
Falkirk, Hearts, 3 times against Hibs, twice against Rangers, Aberdeen, Kilmarnock, all games that we have led and not won.
Yeah. So most of that's unacceptable. It's just piss poor defending. And it has been piss poor defending all season. Regardless, I think I said it last week, it doesn't seem to matter who we put in the defence. And that's why I think that we just can't play that system. The one at Hibs, I think I criticised saying, look, it shouldn't have fucking mattered whether we were 2 at the back, 3 at the back, 4 at the back, whatever. That's a set piece coming into the box. You should defend that. You should be better at that. And I maintain that. But this 3 at the back that we've played all season, it's no bearing fruit. And I know I'm contradicting myself because for the majority of Saturday's game against Killie, I thought we defended very well. But when it comes to key moments, needing people to put their body on the line, a real leadership, I want to get that ball more than the opposition. We done a hit. We're lacking. And that's apparent for all to see. Every team that comes up against United just now, if they're only trailing by 1 goal, they will never give up hope. Because what we have shown this season is we can't see out a lead. We are vulnerable to getting crossbars into our box and we can't win that header. I don't know why that is.
43 goals conceded in the league. 8 of them have came in the last 5 minutes of games.
But what do you say to that? Are we just not fit enough? Is it a fitness thing? Is it mental fatigue? Like, is it just boys just not wanting it as much as the opponent? Regardless of what it is, it's not good enough. And it's not even like you can, because I've gave Tannadice a hard time a good few times this season. He wasn't even there. And it still happens, Rondo. So it's not even like you can pinpoint and say, well, it's Tannadice all the time, or it's Ross Graham, or it's you. It's happening. It's been multiple players. It's been multiple players that have caused this. And that's why I am of the opinion, at least a part of that has got to be something to do with the system. We're not comfortable playing that system. But then the manager's probably thinking, but the system was fine for 87 minutes on Saturday.
But
and we've just let ourselves down.
Also, and it's getting to there as well, but you think about, like, and I'll compliment the midfield because I thought midfield were really good, but in that last 5-6 minutes, they were anonymous. They'd stopped.
We were fucking knackered.
They were out of
Yeah, but we were knackered, Rondo. That's what I'm saying.
You've got to change it. You didn't ken that. You didn't ken that. The professional football players.
No, but I'm watching the game. In my opinion, I thought we should have fucking subbed them. That was for no other reason, just to break the game up. Because it was one-way traffic the last 5-6 minutes. Just fucking slow the game down. Dark arts, Rondo. Just fucking tap the boy furthest off. Get him off, sub it. Get Eskison on. Get Dolchik on. Get fucking Big Sam on at the back. Do something. But we just meekly accepted it yet again, and it wasn't a surprise when it happened. I didn't care how you felt. I wasn't surprised when that goal happened. I was fucking furious, but I wasn't surprised because it felt like it was coming the last 10 minutes.
It's just it's just unbelievable. Those numbers of 20 points, and even half of them, you're thinking, 20 points.
You're in the top 6, I think.
Oh, probably no far off it. But you just got like, for that, the good header and that it is, you just can't. He can't be getting. He's got the free right. He's got the keys to Tannadice, eh?
Yeah, and that was his first goal since he marked Jack Walton, I think. Yeah, I think it was. I think they mentioned. I think that was Sports. He mentioned that. It's. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I listened, as I always do on a Sunday morning. I listened back to Sports Sound, and Ian McCall was doing the game. I'm assuming he was beside you or something like that. Did you shite in his shoes by any chance? No, fucking missed opportunity and bad games for you.
He was just keen at, certain people get the team lines before us, do they? Correct.
That's right. He was of the opinion that Kilmarnock were the better team in that game. Now again, I'm telling you, go back and listen. That's exactly what he said.
Nah.
I didn't see that at all, eh? He was like, I think Kilmarnock were the better team. However, I will say Dundee United have had all the chances. Well, what are you saying to us then, Mr. McCall? Like, we were the better team on Saturday. We should have won that game. We had more than enough chances to win that game. We were wasteful in front of goal. We missed a penalty. And then ultimately, when it comes to the crunch, when you need boys to stand up and be counted, we fucking didn't. We didn't want it as much as them. And it's happened time and time again. That's how people are really fucking annoyed, because it's no like, well, we've played well last season, we've switched off. No, this is a common occurrence. It's almost like every fucking week we sell the jerseys at one point, and it's costing us massively. It's costing us 20 points. It's just so fucking annoying. Like we're, frustrating.
Are we getting nervous as it goes into the dying embers of a game?
I would imagine that we are, but we didn't do anything to help ourselves. We're nervous because of what we as a team have created this season. We know that we struggle for whatever reason when it comes to the dying embers of the game. Even though we can defend well for the majority of games, we are struggling when it comes to like the key moments. And I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea how you stop that other than boys just wanting it more. It was so disappointing. And as I say, I can we got a point, but it didn't feel like we got a point yesterday. It felt like a fucking defeat.
Did. 2 points dropped for a winning position yet again. It absolutely feels like a defeat. And it's different again. It's different if they equalise on half time. This is 91 minutes that we've probably no done enough to press the boy midfield. We've no done enough to block the cross, and we've no done enough in the middle of the box to stop him. He is sauntered in there and got up and headed in. Oh my word! Like,
and we've seen it before. We've seen so many similar goals before. That's why United fans today, when they listen back to this nonsense, they'll be like that. They'll not agree with Ahana, clearly. I don't agree with Ahana, say. But they'll be like that. Yeah, it's because this has happened time and time and time again. Headers in we're in box, and it shouldn't happen. I didn't understand this. I didn't understand the switching off, Rondo. I can understand it if you switch off in the 37th minute or so. I get that, but see, when there's only a couple of minutes left, I didn't understand how people can switch off. I just didn't. There's only 2 minutes left. Just do what you've been doing for the previous 90 odd, and see it out. And we're incapable of seeing it out.
It's just, like I say, people should rightfully talk about Fatah's goal, but it feels like we've been bit there at the end. Okay, and that's how bad it feels, because, yeah, we've managed to no get bit again, I get that, but still, we are so vulnerable as the game goes on. It's like, when was the last clean sheet we had?
You can guess. A while back.
Like, generally, when is the last clean sheet? I mean, just shows you. I mean, how many times have we said, like, there's A and B, that's what I'm calling them. Yeah, Ashley Maynard Brewer yesterday. He had one really good save to mark. Lost the goal again. He's on
Yes. They've had 2 shots on target. Both right in almost injury time. 2 shots.
Take the Ayr game out of it, because that was the cup.
The
last clean sheet we had was 13th of December, 0-0 against Anomaly FC. And that was a dreadful game of football.
It wasn't a good game, was it? It really wasn't. And another thing that from yesterday, like to know, just get totally carried away on the defence. See, if it wasn't for Amar, I didn't see how we were scoring. And I know, again, that might sound silly because we did create a number of chances, but Waters is miles off it just now, form-wise. Sapsford, when he come on, he's not the Sapsford that we all fell in love with at the start of the season when he was scoring great goals and just looking like a really, really good player. Sturton wasn't even in the squad. Like, we've got strikers that they're just no in form. And if it wasn't for Fatah, I thought he was tireless yesterday. Like, I get he missed the penalty, which is a blow, but he just never stops. And he's the creative spark. He's the creative spark. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's really frustrating. I can only shake my head when I see Marley Watkins moseying on into the box and getting his head on it and glancing into the far corner.
I noticed he gave it the big fuck you to the United fans as well when he scored.
I don't know why. We should be his favourite team. He should have joined in. He should have been a member of the East Side or something. I don't know. They all do that though with United, it seems. Like, and maybe players do it with other teams. I don't know, because I only go to the United games. But yeah, him, David Watson, he was giving it big licks as well.
Oh, was he? I never seen that.
Yeah, I think they probably
good
know.
Player.
Like, regardless of what Ian McCall says, he is a good player. But regardless of what Ian McCall says, Kilmarnock got out of jail there. They did. Yeah. They absolutely got out of jail.
Defensive lapses are continuing to cost us points. It's just. But what do you do? Like, ultimately, right now, what do we do?
What do I do if I'm Jim?
Well, what do we do?
I go a back four, Rondo. I try a back four because the back three hasn't worked. That's what I do. I thought Yuri Ovo was very good yesterday, by the way.
So
I thought he was good. He won the majority of his battles. I thought Vichko was okay.
Got booked
in the main Ross Graham was yeah. I thought Ross Graham in the main was all right, but in the key moment he wasn't. And in the key moment has cost 2 points.
Yeah, and that, I mean, you could see. I could see as the first half was going on why Vichko was in the team, because he was effectively playing in the midfield half the time or getting the ball away and whatever. And again, they didn't need the big boys in there to shell bars in at the back post. Because ultimately, if the Giants were in that team, then I think Big Sam or Caresta or somebody will play, the bigger boys. But I think we were all right until probably about 84, 85 minutes when it was like, it's getting squeaky bum time here, and we've had a warning.
Yeah. We should have killed that game off. We couldn't shoot it, but we didn't.
The thing is, ultimately here, and this is no going to go at what you thought about formation, but I think the formation matters yesterday. That goal's still going in yesterday. Still going in.
Well, it's the players then. They're not wanting enough.
A back four's no changing that at that time yesterday, because it's no formation's fault that you've moseyed in, your defender's no challenged hard enough to win the ball. Like, that's not the formation. But I agree with you in terms of, like, I think
it's just all season.
Go 4-2-3-1.
It's all season. That's how I wouldn't be against that, but that's the reason that I'm dead against this three at the back, is because all season we've played it and it's just we're no good at it. We the players that we've got, that we've brought in, that we have played different formations and different partnerships, and that we're just over and over again we've proved that we're not really good at it.
Yeah, and I think the big thing with that, and I think this wasn't a lot this week. It might have been the last time game I was speaking to the boys up the stair. If you go to back four, there's that day we will ferry in your right back, because they're not right backs or full backs, they're wing backs. They're better going forward than they are defender.
Yeah, of course, but that's fine. But you can get back. They can both get back.
But they didn't attack as much, did they, Ken? I mean, ultimately, I didn't see it changing between now and the end of the season. But
there's no chance it's going to change because
again,
managers are stubborn.
They are.
Yeah, no, they are. Like,
well, I mean, I suppose there's a slight tweak yesterday in that he's went with a 3 in the midfield, which I was not against. And actually, as the game went on, I quite liked it. Like, you had somebody in a bracket play and you were letting Kamara and Sibbald go and do what you want. Go and affect the game. I'll sit in here and I'll play up. And he put a stinkingly hard tackle in the boy in the sideline and he should have been booked. And somehow he wasn't a bit.
You reckon?
I
liked it. I loved it.
He does not get the bar. He doesn't even get near the bar. And I thought, fair play, I like this. But see, if he'd got booked, I wouldn't have minded. Like, I wouldn't have minded. He's not going to pick up 12 bookings by the end of the season and get suspended. Well, he might.
Well, you're Scottish football.
Well, but I like what I seen yesterday, film. I did. I genuinely did. It'll be interesting to see how much attack suit him ahead of Tuesday. Obviously, we Sibbald going out, but I like that 3. And again, it could be the state of, well, come up, we're sitting here with 5, 6 centre midfielders. Like, I can't just be playing 2 here. And I thought it gave us more control up until about the 85th minute in that midfield.
We were the better team. The first half was a bit shit in general, but I just thought we were the better team.
Yeah.
Until the last fucking embers of the game.
I think I came where you're going. I'm just going to ask you if this just now to make a point. Man of the match.
I thought it was Fatah.
I must be the only boy that doesn't think that. I thought it was Kamara. I thought Kamara was brilliant yesterday.
Yeah, Kamara was good. But it looked like anything that if we were going to create anything, it was going to be
I get you.
Fatah.
But again,
it's not often you'll give man of the match to a boy who's missed a penalty. But I just thought he was the spark for us. But Kamara was back to what we liked about Kamara. Before he hit a wee bit of dipping for him, maybe because he was nursing an injury or whatever. Yeah. But Kamara was excellent. No complaints with him. But I mean,
the point I was going to mark, it was showing how important Kamara is to the team when he's on form. Because when he was out of form, oh mate, we knew it. Like, we knew it. But
no, we need him. We need him there.
Again, it was Spartans during the week, whatever, but that yesterday was the Kamara at every place. No fair to take a ball and put a pass. There was an odd wayward pass, and Aberdeen was as guilty as that. But again, he's no scared to take the ball and take a boy on, fire, keep the bar. And he's certainly back to the player we need. I think it'll be interesting, obviously, with Sibbald and what he does, but 3 in midfield. And I think the only thing there, we playing the back 3 that you didn't like, is obviously it limits you up front. You're not playing with wingers then. I mean, I wouldn't say Stevenson and Strain doing the right and fair. I mean, they got forward an awful lot yesterday, but you're asking them to go constantly for 90 plus minutes, Ken.
Yeah. Which they do, in fairness.
Yeah, 100%. But it's what you do up front, because like you say, Waters miles off it. He took a touch like a goal kick yesterday and blamed Vichko for the pass.
That was right on half time.
Sapsford's, because with his injury, he's obviously getting managed back. It's kind of nursing some in. Fatah up there, sort of doing playing wherever he wants. No against it. Do what you want. But you need somebody to be next to him, like you're saying, because was putting the ball in the pokey. Ken?
We kind of, as much as it would be fantastic if Amar Fatah could score a goal like that every game, you cannot rely that their goals are unusual, like, because you didn't see them every game. That's how you're like, wow, what a strike that is. We can't be expecting and relying on him to score a worldie every game to get some goals. We need some run of the mill goals. We need set pieces into that box and get on the end of it, which for a few games in a row there, Ross Graham was able to do. But our strikers just now, they're just off it. They're miles off it. Biff them, and Sturton wasn't even there. Sturton wasn't even there yesterday, so yeah, it was basically left to Amar to do anything.
We've been waiting a couple of games, but like we say, Manny Agee got his start yesterday, got the 90 plus minutes. Overall, what do you think?
I was very impressed with him, yeah. I was very impressed with him. It couldn't have been easy coming into a game like that on that sort of pitch. The weather was shite, but I thought he handled it pretty well, and he left the mark on the Killie captain as well. So other than maybe the first couple of interactions that you had in the game where you thought, he needs to get up to speed here. I thought he did. I thought he got up to speed. No bother. I thought he tired a wee bit towards the end, but then he's probably not played for a wee while. His first introduction into Scottish football. Yeah, I think it was a successful one for him. We've not even spoken about the red card, Rondo. We've not even spoken about the red card.
Well, we're getting there. Yeah, he won more sort of duels. He was won back possession more than MD. He had more tackles won than MD. So I think for the type of midfielder, a 6, I think is what they call it, to sit in front of that defence and just put his foot in, I don't think he's going to score your world days. He's not going to do what Okiati, fucking 30-yard screamers, or stick long bars doing the channels. But if he's in there to break up play, dare I say a Jean-Do Fuchs, be a pest, I think it was a decent enough start for him, certainly.
It was, yeah, it definitely was. And as you say, like, I would imagine, all being well, fitness-wise, he should be in the team on Tuesday to face Aberdeen.
The red card.
Yeah, it's like when it happened, when Fatah got the ball and he's running through on goal, I thought, well, are we going to get out of jail here? And then the boys wiped him out, and straight away I was thinking, well, that's a red card. Like, what? For a Killie fan's point of view, if I was in the shed yesterday, I'd have been thinking that is a great foul to give away, because he was probably straight through on goal, might have scored, because he's clearly, if not the best player on the park, one of them. So I had no issue with it. Straight away I thought it was a red card. And I see that Kilmarnock are not overly happy with it. Neil McCann didn't think it was because somebody was getting back to cover. I thought it was a red card. I thought it was a nailed on red card. Yeah,
I think even if it was a yellow card back in the day, that you just need to look at the instance last week. Yovo, Trusty, precedent's been set. Doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, I think Fatah's a what? He takes one more touch, he's gone. So the boys done the foul that you would, as United fans, we'd be screaming for our centre half today.
Like, of course you would. Yeah, it was a good foul. It's a good foul to give away. The boys, he has won his team a point now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that was the one sort of thing that went to VAR, but I couldn't believe it went to VAR. Like, it was,
same.
Then it came up check complete, and I was like, it's a blooming point. Like, I think we could see what was going on, but I can't believe he's not happy with it. Like, if you've not seen decisions that have been dished out recently, Neil,
maybe he doesn't like any of them. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like any of them. But you know what? See, after the game, and I've listened back to his interview, he wasn't bullshitting in the sense that he thought that Kilmarnock were particularly great and fully deserving of it. He was more focusing on the fact that his team never gave up and they dug in, and when things were looking like a lost cause. That tells me that he kens that United were the better team. Like, United should have got the 3 points yesterday. We all know that. Everybody that was there, apart from Ian McCall, we all know that United were the better team yesterday. And for whatever reason, for the same reason that has happened numerous times this season, we didn't get it. Because in the key moment, near the end of the game, we can't see it out. We didn't want it enough. And somebody gets in our box and a free header. And before you can it, buzz in the fucking net.
Good, bad and ugly.
The good is getting into the quarters of the Scottish Cup, and our new man, Agee, looking good on Saturday. The bad, Sybil's injury, and Waters and Sapsford both appearing to be wildly out of form. And ugly, Seekford was saying, it is our inability to hold on to a lead or win a meaningful header when it really, really matters has once again came home to roost. Absolute shite.
So we'll not be long, and going back to Tannadice on Tuesday night, the rearranged fixture against Aberdeen. It's 49 days have passed since Jimmy Tallene was sacked by them. They've lost 5 of their 6 league matches since they were beat 3-2 by Dundee yesterday, and they're a point behind us in the table. I have absolutely no idea what Aberdeen will turn up on Tuesday.
No, they're not a particularly good team. But neither are we. I think I said as much last week. I don't know what to expect. Like, we might play well and we might get ourselves into a 1-0 lead, but if that's the case, it's probably not going to be enough, because we're not very good at keeping clean sheets. We're not very good at seeing games out. We have to start on the front foot, which is very easy to say. It's probably a wee bit more difficult to do. I think yesterday Aberdeen, for the first 20 minutes, apparently were very good. And then they've just crumbled and shat the bed as well. But that's been a trait of theirs for probably the best part of a year, if we're honest. Like if you take away the Scottish Cup win, so it's a game that we can win. Absolutely, we can win it. Hopefully, we've got everybody fit, with the exception of Sibbald. I don't know if Goodwin's going to change the team up or not. I'm not really sure about that. But we've got to be looking to win it, Rondo. We still need a couple of wins to make sure that we're going to get pulled into the fight at the bottom of the table. And ideally, I would like that sorted before the split, because we've proven to me, certainly, over the whole season, that when it comes to wanting it enough, we don't want it as much as the other teams in the key moments. So I would rather that we can secure safety, which is shite that I'm even saying that, because last season we were trying to get top 6. That's like a distant dream just now these days. So we need to go there. Well, we need to go to Tannadice, run over the tatties, get the 3 points, and then just move on to the weekend after that.
Go home and Matt fritters with them.
Correct.
Just looking at the BBC website, the Aberdeen page, obviously they ask for views. So in the Your Opinions column, they ask for Aberdeen fans for the views after 10-man Aberdeen lost 3-2 at home to Dundee. You've seen the penalty yet? Seen the penalty?
Yes.
You got penalty or free kick?
I thought it was a penalty. Yeah.
That's sort of there. I thought that.
Yeah.
So some of the, I'll just read some of the words that fans have used to describe the Aberdeen team that come visiting.
They'll not be happy. They'll not be happy.
Excuses: poor discipline, non-progressive, fearful, tired, no confidence, poor defensively, lack of intensity, no backbone, and grit. That's for one boy. That's not a list, that's one boy. Dire, dismal, dreich. That could just be Aberdeen in general. This season's transpired as the worst in my 50-plus years supporting the club. Useless, clueless, heartless. Any of these cover how the team perform week in, week out. And garbage again, and the same old excuses about defending and refereeing decisions. I have not a clue what we are going to face on Tuesday night, but ultimately,
they're not coming to us.
3 points.
They're not coming to us full of confidence. Like that's apparent. When we faced Falkirk last week, I thought that we played decent. When we played Spartans midweek, I thought that we played decent. And when we played Kilmarnock yesterday, for the majority of it, I thought we were the better team and we played decent. If we can manage to keep playing well in the spells that we're playing, and fucking tighten up at the back, then we should be okay, Rondo. But that's such a big unknown, like keeping it tight at the back, because we haven't been able to do that all season. So that's how you didn't know what we're going to get. Like Aberdeen are one of the few teams actually that we kept a clean sheet against when we beat them 2-0. Whenever that was, it feels September or something. It feels like about 15 years ago that we've done that. I don't know. They're certainly no great shakes, and their fans will be raging because the amount of money that they've spent to be no great shakes is quite galling, I would say. Like we can all criticise United for the season so far and for our own shortcomings and our lack of whatever that we're lacking just now. It feels like we're lacking everything. But the budget that we've had compared to the budget that they've had, it's night and day. So I could totally understand why their fans are absolutely livid. But it's a game that we should be going. Like if they're out of form, good. Get your foot on their throat and run right over the top of them. That's what we should be looking to do. I'm not convinced that we can do that though, but we'll see.
Aberdeen got 1 win in 10. It's one win, 1 draw, and 8 defeats. They beat Livingston 6-2 and drew with a certain Dundee United up there right after Christmas. But yeah, they've been in a pretty dire run. They haven't really scored many goals, apart from they got obviously 6 against Aberdeen and 2 yesterday, but the rest of them, apart from against us, have 2-0, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 2-0, and so they're 2 teams that are no setting anything alight.
No.
When it comes to that.
But again, I say it this week, so certainly when we're at home, like we've got to be winning this game. You've just got to be, and it's not even about staying ahead of Aberdeen. It's about, for me anyway, just now keeping away from the bottom of the league. Livingston are probably doomed. Like we've said that numerous times.
12 points.
But there's definitely a scenario where you could see United getting dragged a wee bit closer to that 11th place, and I don't want any part of that. because I'm not convinced that we'd be able to handle it. So if we can get this game out the way in one, that would be a massive result.
Yeah, so just on that, we've got 2 games in hand over Killie and we're 8 points ahead of them. So
yeah, but we've got to win, or you've got to get points in their games.
Yeah, and ultimately you would come down to, I mean, if the league's split now against us, Aberdeen, Dundee, St Mirren, Killie and Livy, you've got to win at least 2 of them after a split. At least, so it's I'm kind of looking forward to it based on 85 minutes of yesterday and beating Falkirk and getting through in the cup, but we've got 6-7 minutes of fear in us someplace.
Yeah, of course. And you know what, like, we are currently sitting 7th place, which isn't it altogether unacceptable. Like, if I'm being honest, like, given the budget, given that it's the second season back up, which happens a lot, it's not just words that you throw out there. Like, it genuinely does seem to be a thing where the second season, for some reason, does seem to be a wee bit more difficult. Like, it's not the worst place in the world, but the fact that we're 7th place because of what we've witnessed at the back all season is why I'm so downbeat just now, and why the majority of United fans are probably really frustrated. Because we've played some decent football at times, like no overly often, if I'm honest, but we've played enough decent football to have amassed more than the points that we're sitting on just now. But defensively, we're a fucking shambles, and that's why we are where we are, and that's why people are feeling so frustrated and disappointed just now with the team. It's speechless, Rondo.
On Saturday, we go to face one of your favourite teams down at their place. Yes. They bounced back for their Scottish Cup exit. They beat St Mirren at just the 5-0 yesterday in Paisley. Yep. They're 4th in the league. They're 10 points behind Hearts. And I'll tell you, I put my cock on the block, as they say, yesterday, and I said in 2 group chats, we'll not get beat down there next week.
You said we won't get beat down there?
I did. That's what I said. It's brave or stupid.
Was that before or after you downed a bottle of absinthe in a winner?
I might be doing that next Saturday night when I speak to you about the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I said that. That's just what I feel right now. It's just what I feel.
Well, bizarrely, I thought that a couple of weeks ago, because I know that we're recording the podcast next Saturday night, so it'll be a late and it'll be a fresh one, especially if we get scalped. And I did think that as well. But after watching what I watched yesterday for the Motherwell St Mirren game, they just absolutely blew them away. They really did. They play some...
Did they cross the bar at the box?
Not very often.
Oh, maybe
has to be said. Not very often. But they're very good at what they do. Yeah, they're very good at what they do. It would be remiss of me not to mention the boy Slattery being the biggest cheat in Scottish football this morning now, as he threw himself to the ground after, I think, fresh air knocked him down. Maybe I'm being harsh saying he threw himself to the ground. Maybe there was a fair gust for that boy at the St Mirren's arm when he's kind of threw it back at him. I don't know if you've seen that or no, Rondo, but that was unbelievable. So so he's basically got a 2-yard radius around him. We can't go near him next week because he's just going to hit the deck, and boys are going to get sent off. Apparently, it was wild. And you know what? He's a good player, and they were also 4-man up at the time. I don't know why he's done it. It's cheating. Like, anybody who's seen it, we all know it's cheating. And it was just bad games. Like, and then again, like, how. The ref doesn't even see it, Rondo. Like, and I get way too annoyed about this, but I was pissed off anyway because of what happened at Tannadice, and I was watching this later on. And the ref doesn't even see it, and he sends the St Mirren boy off. So he's guessed, or somebody's been in his ear, maybe the linesman or something, I don't know. But how would Varno looked at that and said, wait a minute here.
Second yellow or direct or straight red?
Straight red. Straight red. For no touching a boy. For no touching a boy. I don't know where we're going as a game just now when that's getting a straight red. And as I say, like, the boy Slattery, his team was 4-man up and cruising, playing unbelievable football, and he still found it within himself that he needed to cheat like that. I don't know, that says a lot about him for me. Like,
I'll make sure I look at my bottle of absinthe for next Saturday, that's for sure.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's Aberdeen at Tannadice on Tuesday night, and then a trip to Motherwell on Saturday. I think we'll hear say in this title race, given that they're 4 points behind Celtic, 5 behind Rangers.
I think you are hungover or something, Rondo. I don't think we're having any say in any race.
No, Motherwell. Motherwell. No, it's Motherwell.
All right, okay, right. I think they will as well. Yeah, so do I. They've played the best football all season, consistently.
Especially when we beat Celtic in a few weeks. So.
Rondo's went rogue today.
Buy me a coffee this week then, Paul.
Yeah, there's been a few this week, hasn't there? Bobby Orbit bought 4 coffees. As promised, 4 coffees to celebrate our stunning cup victory. Onwards and upwards, if we progress to the semis, I'll buy 8 coffees. Then, who knows? Could be our year. Thanks for sharing your perspective on our occasional ups and downs every Monday. Leaves me feeling educated and entertained. I wouldn't have cared about the educated part, Bobby, but thank you very much for the coffees anyway.
Wouldn't have cared about the entertained, but...
No, I suppose, but definitely not the educated bit. Greg Hill bought 3 coffees. Loving the pod, lads. I look forward to seeing you both and the Silver Kisses at Chamber East. Silver Kissers, no Silver Kisses. Jesus Christ, I'm getting carried away here, Rondo. Malky Freeman bought 2 coffees. Keep up the great work, lads. And a wee note of thanks, Ronnie, for giving my old man a shout for his birthday. You make our Monday night family dinner in Sydney a little more interesting and more X-rated than other nights. And lastly but not least, Terry Gallagher bought a coffee. Giza mentioned this time, Pumper, shite result against the 300 but through. Get this 3 at the back to fuck. Cup final against Killie coming up. FTD 83 LTEL. So LTEL bought coffees last week, but we didn't know it was him, and it was him that outed me as having a school-time nickname of Pumper. LTEL I used to work with in the NCR Rondo, and he was fond of dishing out nicknames for me. Because I refused, or didn't refuse, for whatever reason, I didn't go on many works night outs. So because of this, I was the Olympic flame, because I never went out. So LTEL, he's always been the boy for being full of banter when it comes to me. But he's a top man. So thank you very much, Terry, for getting more coffees for me. Very much appreciated.
Very much so. Let's cheer Paul up with the Tannadice Test this week. And I was told yesterday to basically screw you over with this, but I wouldn't do that because that's unfair.
That's what you do every week.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And they must serve some amount of drink during that Yes Lounge, because Dave Connor spoke to me and told me Michael O'Neill was a midfielder. Fucking nonsense. Nonsense.
Let me tell you, Dave Connor kens
where the bar is. Player profile then. Born March the 30th, 1992, a 6-foot midfielder. Was signed on September 29th, 2009 by Craig Levein. Went on to make 150 appearances, scored 22 goals.
Midfielder,
6 foot, 1992, 2009. His first manager was Craig Levein. Played 150, scored 22. Who is he? Indeed, Mr. McNichol.
It rules out Danny Swanson with the height.
You're damn right it rules out Danny Swanson with the height.
It rules out Craig Conway, but that was Brewster's sign-in.
First manager, Craig Levein. I can't even say it. It's like I've had a bottle of red wine like Craig Levein that night.
Was it? I don't think it is, but Prince Boabin. I think it's Prince, is it? I'm going Prince. It's not Prince.
It's not Prince. His first manager was Craig Levein, but doesn't mean he played for him.
That's a shite clue.
Well, you think about it. He was born 1992.
Yeah, so he was 17. He was 17 when he signed.
So there you go.
Gold. He's certainly no 6 foot.
Born in Inverness.
Stuart Armstrong.
Stuart Armstrong. There you go.
Stuart Armstrong. Christ, I wouldn't have put him and Levein together. That's how I didn't get that straight away. 6 foot.
So the Arab Archive tell me, as I keep directing you, Paul, every week you hear moan, that's what I'm directing you.
Okay, fair dues. Good player. Hopefully he has a shite Tuesday night.
Correct. Higher or lower? Andy Rowland scored 37 goals in his 11 seasons at United. Is Willie Pettigrew's goal total across 3 seasons higher or lower?
I think it's higher. I think Willie Pettigrew was in the 40s. I think he scored about 43, 44, something like that. So I'm going to say higher, Rondo.
Higher. It's lower.
Yeah. Bastard. 36.
36.
Is it 36? How many games did Willie play? 70 odd or something.
3 seasons compared to Andy's 37, obviously different positions, but yeah. Team sheets back.
Right, Rondo. Notepad and pen, because that's I kind of keep on top of it. Right, go for it.
United beat Livingston 3-1 at Tannadice in March 2006. The goal scorers that day were Lee Miller and Mark Kerr. So, here is the starting lineup with 3 players missing. Number 1, Derek Stilley.
I kind of was going to be him. You're a prick.
3, David McCracken. 4, Derek McInnes. 7, Mark Kerr. 9, Lee Miller. 11, Barry Robson. 15 is blank. 18 is Gary Kenneth. 20 is blank. 21 is blank. And 25 is David Robertson. But who are 15, okay, 20 and 21? You're drawing out a formation here, eh? You going for double tens in this team?
20. No, there's no formation. I've just wrote it down. So I think Jason Scotland, maybe even Colin Samuel.
I'll give you Colin Samuel, 21.
21 Samuel. Scotland wasn't it number 20? Right, so we've got McCracken, Kenneth, Davy Robertson, Robson, Miller, Kerr. So we're missing a defender, I think. 2006.
March 2006, so it's season 5-6.
So was Chisholm the manager then? No.
Say Craig Brewster's the manager.
I think you might be spot on there, actually. David Proctor. Because he followed Brewster everywhere, did he?
Well, he was his dad.
Allegedly. Jeez, I think I'm needing a right back. Unless Davy Robertson was right back. Which
you also might need a right back that may be a centre-half to trade.
Chris Innes?
No, but you're probably on the right lines of, he is a centre-half. Like, I've always known him as a centre-half.
But you can Michael O'Neill as a striker, you daft arse.
He, for what I remember, did score a winner in a very early game under a manager. Or certainly scored.
I'm going to say Lee Mayer.
Number 15.
15, yeah. I would say he was a centre-half as well, to be honest with you.
No, very good in.
Number 20. I can't think of what number 20 is. 2006. Oh, fuck, it's number 20. I don't can. Be here all day. I don't can, Rondo. I'm out.
Reid Fernandez.
So it was. Good player.
Very good player. Round number 4. Also played for Brecon City, Dunfermline Athletic, Falkirk, Queen's Park, Raith Rovers and York City.
You've went alphabetical again, you prick, have you?
Always. It's how that Arab archive lined them up.
Brechin, Dunfermline, Queen's Park, York. What has played for York?
Career path, if we're in the right order. That's what that game used to be called.
I cannot. York, I think Justin Johnston might have played for York, but I'm pretty certain it's no him. I don't know. I've no idea.
His dad's a podcast pal.
That doesn't help. No idea.
Aidan Connolly.
He went to York with Jarky, did he? Played for Brechin?
Apparently so.
Ach well. Hey ho.
Who am I to finish things off in the Tannadice Test this week? I was a Scotland Schools under-16 and youth international midfielder developed through United's youth programme. I was playing in the reserves by the 95-96 season. I experienced first-team action during a pre-season tour of Denmark in July of 96. Made my competitive debut as a sub in a 4-0 win over Aberdeen in January of 97, age 17. I also scored my first United goal against Aberdeen, and my first league goal was also against them. In fact, 5 of my 17 United goals came against the Mutton Molesters. In total, I made 259 appearances for United, scoring 17 goals. Who am I?
Craig Easton.
Correct.
Craig Easton.
See?
Happy with that, Rhonda.
Fun. The fun.
Nah, it's no fun, like. It's no fun. It's no fun, but jobs are good in anyway.
I would say it is. Academy, women's team, Lone Report. What has been happening?
Lone Report first. Miller Thompson at Ross County. Miller was an unused sub as County drew 0-0 away to Ayr. Scotty Constable at Airdrie. Scott was an unused sub as Airdrie lost 1-0 away to Partick. Charlie Dewar at Alloa. Charlie once again strolled it in the centre of Alloa's defence as he helped marshal his side's backline to another clean sheet this season as Alloa ran out 3-0 winners at home to Hamilton. Rory Adams at East Fife. Rory Adams was again between the sticks last Tuesday for East Fife's trip to play Hamilton. It was a second game without a clean sheet though, as Hamilton would win that one 1-0. That then led on to Saturday's match up at Peterhead, and a bad week would ultimately be rounded off for the big lad, as although he is back playing games, his side lost 3-1 up at Balmoor. Lewis O'Donnell at Cove Rangers. Last midweek, Lewis would be the best man on the park as Cove hosted Montrose and saw them off by 3-1. Lewis played the whole match and also got himself on the score sheet twice. It was another home game on Saturday for Lewis and another 90 minutes for him, as Cove played out a 1-1 draw with Kelty Hearts. Harry Welsh at Stirling Albion. Last Tuesday evening, Harry would be an unused sub as Clyde came calling and left with all 3 points, courtesy of a 3-0 win. Then on Saturday, he would only get on for the last 10 minutes of Stirling's away match up in Elgin, a game that Stirling would lose 1-0. Calvin Beattie at Brechin City. Calvin would get the full 90 minutes on Saturday as Brechin hosted Brora Rangers. After Brechin took the lead in 14 minutes, a mere 7 minutes later they would be reduced to 10 men. It meant it was a day for sleeves to be rolled up and pans to be knocked in, something that Calvin was more than up for. Brechin won this one 1-0. Lewis Haldane and Finlay Simpson at Jeanfield Swifts. It was a home match this weekend for Lewis and Finlay, with Lewis getting the full 90 minutes and Finlay taking a seat on the bench to begin with. Finlay did get on in the 53rd minute, and at that time the score was 1-1. By the end of the match, Jeanfield had won 3-1. Josh Holt at Lochie United. Lochie United lost 3-0 at home to Broughty Athletic, and I've no idea if Josh played or not. Connell Shields at Gala-Ferradine Rovers. Last midweek it was the quarter-finals of the Lowland League Scottish Cup, and Gala hosted Bonnyrigg Rose and saw them off 2-0. Then on Saturday it was Linlithgow Rose's turn to visit the Netherdale Stadium, and they made themselves at home with an easy 4-0 win. I've got no idea if Connell got any game time in any of these games, and this will be the last time that a pointless update will be provided in relation to Gala. The Academy team. Last Monday night, the under-19s drew 1-1 with Killie in the CAS Elite League Cup and then won the penalty shootout 5-4 to claim the bonus point. United's goal scorer on the night, as always, was Jack Anderson. The under-17 scheduled game for last Friday against Hearts was cancelled, and this coming week the under-19s are away to Hearts on Monday and the under-16s are away to Hibs on Friday. The women's team. The ladies headed up to Montrose last Sunday in the quarter-final of the Scottish Cup. It was never likely to be an easy fixture, and midway through they found themselves 2 goals down. The 66th minute, however, would be the last action of the game as defender Evie Swan was involved in a nasty collision that resulted in the match being abandoned. I'm happy to report that after a night in hospital, Evie was allowed home but put in the concussion protocol, so she will be unavailable for a few weeks. The match was then quickly rescheduled for last Tuesday night, and it certainly didn't get any easier for the ladies. They would lose out 5-1 on the night, a result that sees Montrose head to Hampden to play the Rangers. United goal scorer was Robin Smith. This weekend it's back to league duty when the ladies head through to Edinburgh to play Boroughmuir.
We're hosting an evening with the men who killed silver on Friday 27th of March. It's at Chamber East for the longest 40. We're speaking to Craig Brewster, Dave Bowman, Craig Comey and Sean Dillon about 2 very special days out at Hampden in 94 and 2010. Tickets are on sale now. You can get them at longest40.com. Walk of Football's back, Paul. Firstly, the podcast live was brilliant. Paul, thanks for getting Andy and Robbie to sign my shirt. You guys have managed the ups and downs of the team performances very well. Let's hope that we are a bit more consistent. The Walk in Football year has started with the 50s and 60s league. The 50s team is mid-table after a win, 2 draws and a loss, while the 60s team leads the table after a win and 2 draws. We've also added a 65s team, as none of us are getting any younger. Social sessions are still ongoing. Tuesday, 6 till 7 at the Change Centre. That's indoors on Astro. Friday, 12:30 to 2, also at the Change Centre, indoors on the Astro. That's the old lunch. And on a Sunday, 9:15 to 10:45, outside on the Astro at Whitton Park, the Quest Arena. I spoke to Stevie yesterday, actually, and he was in the Yes Lounge. A lot of people go to that Yes Lounge. Yeah, people got a bit of dosh on them, like a wee bit of scran, a few pints.
How did you manage to get in? That's the real question here.
Sneak downstairs, that was how I did. But yeah, I saw Stevie and quite a few people, and obviously Stevie Lee, he was sending on his best. On this day then, association with the Arab Archive preserving the history of Dundee United Football Club since 2006. 23rd of February is our focus today. 2 games. Dumbarton headed for Tannadice in 1985. United dominated the match with 2 early goals from Ralph Milne and John Riley, both set up by Dave Bowman's long throws. Richard Gough and Paul Sturrock added to the lead in the second half. They finished in the Premier Division. United 4, Dumbarton 0. It was 4th round of the Scottish Cup in 1991. Airdrie were dominated by United, who scored twice in the second half. The first goal came for Hamish French. He scored inside the 6-yard box. He then had a second following a long ball from Alan Bain as he chipped the keeper. It finished United 2, Airdrie 0. Signings, Paul. I mean, I'm going to describe this guy, and I'm going to see if you ken him, right? Because I'm only including him because of the bit of trivia I'm going to add on the end of it, right? Tommy McLean signed this midfielder on a short-term loan deal. He made his debut as a sub against Hibs. His next and last outing was against Celtic 3 weeks later, again as a sub, and in total he played 5 minutes of football for United before returning to his parent club at the end of the season. Who did we sign on this day in 1998?
I haven't got a clue.
Jimmy Crawford.
Who was his parent club?
Can't mind, I've not wrote it down.
No recollection of Jimmy Crawford at all.
Do you want about trivia?
About Jimmy?
About Jimmy?
Yes, go for it.
He later went on to play 2 seasons at Shelburne alongside Sean Dillon.
Huh. You think Sean will remember him?
I would hope so. He played there for 8 years and 2 years with him, so I would hope so. Yeah, Jimmy Crawford. Ian McCall, who you've mentioned already, signed this little magician who only made 7 appearances on this day in 2003. United signed
Kareem Kirkar.
Oh, close.
Little magician.
That's what it says in our archive.
Oh, sure.
Russell Latapy.
Oh, yeah. He was a magician, in fairness.
Good player. We have a stacked list of birthdays this week. First up, a podcast pal who didn't know if he was going for a shite or a haircut while up against Paul Sturrock in training. Happy 57th birthday to Brian Welsh.
Yeah, that was one of the funnier episodes that we've done.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Next up, a midfielder. He only made 21 appearances for United. Mark Miller, 38 today.
Mm-hmm. Who was it that told us that he was away scranning burgers? And
it was either Sean Dillon or John Rankin.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably says it all. Like, that's the one thing I remember about him. Sadly, I'm sure he was a half-decent player in his day, but I just remember that he was sneaking away at training to stuff his face.
Was he not doing it? Was he not doing it like the car going up the training or going home?
Yeah, I think it was in St Andrews. Yeah.
Wow. If I had anything to do with it, going by last week, this man would be on 25 goals at least at United, and that's not just for this season. Club captain Ross Graham is 25 today.
Well, he's not bearing anymore. He's got to get his body on the line. He's got to get his head on that bar in the last minute again. So, happy birthday to you, Roscoe.
Still not wearing an Alice band, put it that way. Finally, an infamous star of previous loan reports, also 25 today, the Enigma, Alison Jones.
He's 25. Jeez, oh. I still see him crocking up on Twitter every now and again. Can't mind who he plays for.
I'll tell you, because I thought you were going to mention him when you were doing a loan report. Because he plays for Bonnie Rose. So I thought he was I thought he might have sneaked in there, but alas, he did not.
Alison Jones. There was previously years ago a search for him, wasn't there? We could never find him, and then I did. That day that I seen him when I was seeing him at the training when I was there with Leo, I was like, any chance I get a picture with you? And I'm convinced that he must have been thinking, this is a piss take. Like, why you want a picture with me? This is a big deal, mate. I need a picture with you.
He was like, definitely will get bundled into a van someplace.
By these tall-looking arseholes. Me and Leo smiling ear to ear.
There is rope and balaclavas and some other stuff I shouldn't be tatting in a van. Alison Jones, Ross Graham, Mark Miller and Brian Welsh on their birthday. Episode 324 is done. Aberdeen at Tannadice on Tuesday, and then it's off to visit Paul's favourite team, Anomaly FC, on Saturday. You can find out more at DodeFoxPodcast.com. Follow us on the socials for a Dode Fox podcast. You can like, subscribe, click the notification bell on YouTube, and support the pod. BuyMeACoffee.com/Dode Fox Podcast. Have a great week. Stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.